Imagine this. The United States government might be about to buy an airline. Not just any airline, but one that's struggled. Spirit Airlines, a company that's gone bankrupt twice in under 2 years, could be bought for $500 million. And the price tag? Your tax money. This is one of the most controversial business decisions of the Trump administration. It affects your airfare, your taxes, and the very future of American aviation. Let's break down why this is happening. They restructured, cut costs, sold aircraft, and shrank their route network. By early 2026, they were on track to recover. Then, the Iran war happened. When the U.S. launched military action, oil prices spiked dramatically. Jet fuel costs roughly doubled. For Spirit, operating on razor-thin margins, this fuel spike was catastrophic. Spirit faced a $28 million operating loss in February 2026 alone, even before the worst of the fuel price hit. Analysts calculated that if jet fuel stays high, Spirit faces an additional $360 million in unexpected expenses. That's more than all the cash Spirit had on hand. Without help, Spirit runs out of money. Now let's explain the $500 million bailout deal. Here's what's on the table. The U.S. government would loan Spirit $500 million. In return, the government gets warrants, meaning the right to buy shares in Spirit worth up to 90% of the company. Effectively, the U.S. government could end up owning 9 out of every 10 shares of Spirit Airlines. That's not a loan, it's a takeover. Trump himself confirmed this, saying they are thinking about helping them out, meaning bailing them out or buying it. A bankruptcy court hearing has been set for April 30th to consider the terms of this possible deal. The deal was architected inside the White House by Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick. He argued it would save jobs and help Republicans politically. But here's the shocking part. Even Trump's own cabinet is divided on this. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy publicly questioned the move. He asked, "If no one else wants to buy them, why would we?" A valid point. Senator Tom Cotton, a Republican, echoed this, doubting the government could run it profitably if creditors couldn't. The Wall Street Journal, generally supportive of Republican policy, warned of a dangerous precedent for nationalizing private industry. Even the libertarian Cato Institute called it opening a Pandora's box of government business ownership. This isn't a left versus right debate. It's about whether government should rescue failed private companies at all. Now let's connect this to the Iran war because this matters significantly. Spirit's business model was already under pressure before the war, changing customer habits after COVID. Competition from major airlines improving their cheap seat offerings and the failed JetBlue merger. But the Iran war fuel spike was the final blow. Low-cost airlines like Spirit operate on incredibly thin margins. A doubling of fuel costs makes their entire business model unviable overnight. Spirit had already cut its flight operations in half. Last May, they operated 19,000 flights. This May, just 9,300. Half the airline it was 1 year ago, and still losing money. So, what does United Airlines CEO Scott Kirby think about all this? Kirby was very direct on his earnings call. He said well-run airlines are still solidly profitable, even in this environment. He pointed to United's own strong results as proof. Spirit's problems were well established even before the Iran war. The fundamental business model, he said, was flawed. His clear message: don't blame the Iran war for Spirit's collapse. Spirit was already in trouble. The fuel spike just accelerated the inevitable. Now, what does this mean for your flights this summer? Aviation experts say most travelers won't see disruptions. Spirit currently operates a much smaller schedule. If it shuts down, other airlines would quickly absorb routes and hire workers. This has happened every time a U.S. airline has closed historically, but there's a catch. If Spirit disappears, the ultra-low-cost seat options it provides would shrink across the American market. That could push prices up slightly on budget routes. The Biden administration blocked the JetBlue merger for this reason. They wanted to protect cheap Spirit seats. The debate over government intervention in failing businesses continues,